Hey everybody, Graz here. I'm going to do, as you've seen by the title, I'm going to talk about Into the Wild by John Krakauer. It's going to be a little bit of a different format today. Got something I really haven't told anybody. I've been struggling a lot recently. I don't know why. There's no special dates on the calendar that's triggering this. It's just maybe it's the SAD that I suffer through. One of the things I suffer through, but I just want everybody to know that there is resources out there. There's help. You're not alone. So just think about that now. And I'll link their information below. Maybe if you're having a problem, you can find somebody in your local area to help you too. Anyway, and that's apropos of nothing because it has nothing to do with the book I'm going to read or book I'm going to talk about. Into the Wild by John Krakauer is the nonfiction account of Chris McCandless, aka Alexander Supertramp, who, and it says all of this on the cover. I'm going to read this cover so you know that I'm not spoiling anything. I mean, it's on the cover. I don't know if you can read that or see that. Is that coming out?
Vaguely, yeah.
But you can see that there's words on there. August. I've already messed it up. 2 words in, I'll see myself out.
Failure.
Right? Well, back to this again. See how I make jokes? In April 1992, a young man from a well-to-do family hitchhiked to Alaska and walked alone into the wilderness north of Mount McKinley. His name was Christopher Johnson McCandless. He had given $25,000 in savings to charity, abandoned his car and most of his possessions, burned all the cash in his wallet, and invented a new life for himself. 4 months later, his decomposed body was found by a moose hunter. So, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory what the book's about. It's just how did he get from here to here. And it's very graphic at times. The myths that you may have heard about how this kid died, because he was only like 25 or 26 when this happened. If you've heard any stories about him, he didn't make any botanical mistakes. He fell victim to something that is very rare and needs a very specific environment to happen, and he made the mistake of creating that environment. So I don't really want to get into all of that. I mean, I don't want to read you the book. John Krakauer really sets this in really well. He tells stories of other hikers and mountain climbers and survival people that disappeared and never came home. He tells stories from Chris McCandless's family and friends that he met around the country as he hitchhiked. And before you feel too sorry for this kid, yeah, he probably he definitely made some mistakes, but he willingly let his family worry. He disappeared. He never told anybody where he was. He used a fake name, unless he absolutely had to use his. But he just vanished into Alaska and never. And then the next it's years later, or a year later or something, when his family finds out from a newspaper that their son, brother, whatever, has been found dead in this bus in Alaska. Bus on the cover there.
Oh, lovely.
I mean, and all he had to do was call home. I mean, he didn't have to go home. just call home and talk to his family. But yeah, this is really poignant and really sad. It's powerful. It's gripping. It's also not very long. My copy is only 200 pages. And what was really cool is I did a little short or a little video earlier about how it was somebody's from their English class and how for the first 3 chapters, and I wish it was more, they highlighted passages. And I wish that they had done the whole book, because it's interesting to see what people highlight and what they think is important, even for a class. Like, even if you're studying for a test, then that tells you what did the teacher think was important. Now, I will say that the main negative of this book, and I'm not saying, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. The main negative of this book is that, right there. Is that on there?
Yeah.
And that are the only pictures in the book. That's it. Now, I'm not saying I want to see his dead body, because I don't. I don't want to see his dead body. But it talks so much in here about how he had a camera, and he had rolls of film, and they developed them, and it shows his journey, and it shows him with other people, and it shows him, doing stuff. There should be a part in here where you get to see that. And maybe there is in a newer edition. Mine is from 1997, so, and it only came out in 1996. So maybe there's a newer edition with the pictures. I don't know. I didn't look into that, but this was I don't want to say it was a great read. I mean, it technically is. It's always hard to say. I mean, how do you say it? You can't say I enjoyed this, right? Because a kid died, and he made bad mistakes that's going to haunt his living family members for the rest of their lives. I mean, it's fascinating. Like I said, it's sad and it's poignant. It's very interesting. I mean, it's hard to quantify what nonfiction does to you. But yeah, I'll say this. I definitely recommend this. If nothing more than for the journey through the self, and then when he finally gets to Alaska, like the scenery and stuff, and then the author actually puts together a group, and they go and they like hike the same path to the bus where he died. I mean, that was kind of wild. So wild. In each chapter, I'll show you this. Each chapter has like a passage from books. This one's from Henry David Thoreau's Walden that Chris McCandless had, and these are like things that he highlighted or like wrote notes on. So that's kind of neat too. It adds a great deal to it. So I recommend this. I hope I've given it justice or done it justice. I mean, I don't want to just tell you everything about it and every little thing, because it's nonfiction, and there's a really great movie. I think it stars Emil Hirsch. The Scribbly Man's downstairs. But yeah, get help if you need it. Also, we're still doing a fundraiser. AJ, I'll link the video below. Her last video, or our last video, was AJ doing a reading update, and she wants to donate to Adopt a Family for our local community. Every view and every thumbs up goes into that charity. They'll all each be $1 that we donate. Right now it's in the 80s, so good job everybody. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can push that to 100. Share it if you can. That would be very much appreciated, and people will be grateful. Until next time, though, this has been Into the Wild by John Krakauer and Alcoholics Anonymous, in case you needed the help. I'm also always open to talk if you want to. The dot will put my email on the screen right now. She nodded, so hopefully it happens. She's not feeling too good. Read more.